We are heading into the morning of the 3rd of June 2021, and I want to start off by talking about our storm Dante, known as Choi-wan internationally. Boy, this storm has just been difficult to forecast. So I'm going to make a whole separate video explaining some of those difficulties, but it really, you can just see here on that hindcast, the satellite imagery over the last 120 hours, basically it was just getting hit by this upper level shear. We expected this trough to come by towards the north and kind of help lift it along here, but it sat in place and really just moved well towards the west, well west of where that track initially was. So, you know, it is still tracking west of that forecast, but at this time, unfortunately, 3 deaths have been reported from it. Flooding and landslides are even still possible, especially there in western Luzon. I mean, you can take a look at the radar imagery. This is overnight here and even around Manila. Yeah, heavy showers pushing through that area back towards Cavite, Baatan, eventually moving up here towards the west coast into Subic as well. Seeing those showers continuing to flare up as this tracks towards the north. But the center of circulation actually just now over water here out just west of the Philippines as this slowly tries to track off towards the north-northwest and eventually will begin to merge with that stationary front back towards north. But boy, the rain totals, they've been intense. From the east to the west coast, some reports over 100 millimeters here, especially in Leyte, southern Leyte. Serious flooding. That's where those deaths were reported out there. It's pretty catastrophic, in fact, all thanks to this storm system. Winds right now are 60 gusting to 75 kilometers per hour. It is a tropical depression according to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. I know Bagasa is still calling it a tropical storm. Regardless, the wind is one thing. And I know that it's windy. That can be rough, but it's not, you know, we're not talking about Cat 3, Cat 4 type stuff. The big issue has been the rainfall with this after it tracked across the Philippines. Okay, so there's your forecast from JTWC. West Coast now. Moving on here, eventually it is going to get up there just south of Taiwan and merge up with that rainy season front. But since it is on the west coast, signal force 2 is still in place from Pangasinan, down towards Bataan, down into Cavite as well, with Manila still under a signal force 1. I'm sure those are going to be dropped in the very near future, maybe by the time you're watching this. All right, Thursday through Saturday, though, that moisture continues to lift up, and then we have that change in from the southwest with the southwest monsoon kicking in. See additional rain totals. Some areas still can see up to 50 and 100 millimeters. Unfortunately, the Cagayan Valley, where you need the rain, really missing out on the bulk of this, so at least for the next few days. But eventually, as this pulls off towards the north and east, it is going to merge with that rainy season front and start to kick in the southwest monsoon, which means more rainfall as we go ahead into next week. By the way, merging up with a rainy season front means for the island of Okinawa, you could be looking at gusts of 30 to 45 miles per hour with some rainfall really kicking in by Friday over towards Saturday and into Sunday. I mean, it's not a pleasant weekend out there. If you got any, you know, beach plans or anything like that, even the waves are probably going to be pretty nasty. I would think twice about it. I mean, you got some pretty rough weather, not only for Okinawa, but mostly across the Amami Islands as well, and even into Taipei. But there's your 10-day rainfall totals with that southwest monsoon really kicking in. All right, that's a quick update on our storm system. If you have any questions, please let me know. Also, if you want to, you can check out a Patreon. It helps, but the key thing is hit that subscribe button. All right, as always, thanks for watching. And I feel for everybody who was really impacted by this storm. This was a difficult one to forecast, and I'll be the first to admit that. All right.